Yeah, so the other night during Hurricane Milton, I was just browsing TikTok and I came across this girl's live, young woman. And she was stating, showing outside her window about the storm and, talking about it and whatever. And then she happened to mention that she's in a good apartment, like something, I don't know. So I commented on her live and I asked, well, what's considered a good apartment? And she was like, oh, so what I mean by a good apartment is that, like, I'm not on Section 8, I'm not on housing, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, so what does being on Section 8 have to do with Milton, the hurricane and whatnot? And so she goes like, uh, she was saying because she's not on Section 8, basically, is how I summed it up. Oh, see, me and my kids, we good. Like, you can see she's in an apartment building. She's on the second floor. You can see, like, the other side of the apartment building or whatever. Me and my kids, we're good. We still have electricity. And, like, if you're in Section 8 or housing, you wouldn't have electricity right now or whatever. And I'm like, girl, you are so delusional. So first of all, you're in an apartment building. The best thing about it is that you are on the second floor. So more than likely you wouldn't get flooded. Um, Second of all, most apartment buildings have a certain number of units that they do rent out for Section 8 or housing tenants. I just don't understand why or how people always like make Section 8 like it's such a bad thing. And for her to say, because I live near a hospital, and they have all kinds of stuff. So if they're going to keep their power, I'm going to keep my power, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if it means that because you're a Section 8 tenant or you receive assistance to pay for your housing, what about the people with single family houses that loses power, that gets flooded, that, are impacted by the hurricanes? What's like, how do you word it for them? I just don't get it. So, I'm making my comments to her back and forth. And she's like, oh, well, see, that's why I don't say anything on my lives or on my videos because y'all take my words and y'all twist it. No, I'm not taking your words. Oh, she was like, y'all be trolling. I'm not trolling and I'm not taking your words and twisting it. I'm asking you real questions based on the dumb things you are saying. And to me, they're dumb things because I was just watching a news clip, and it was somewhere in Florida, I believe, where this lady who she had uh, affordable housing, right? So they said her rent was based on her income. So I think she had a two-bedroom apartment, two or three-bedroom apartment, and her portion of the rent started at like $825. And I just mentioned that because a lot of people think that because you're on Section 8 or because you get housing assistance or whatever, that you pay $0 for rent or that you are just nasty, your house is roach infected, you don't take care of your things, and that's just not the truth. But this lady said her rent was based on her income. So it started at $825, something like that. Then the next year they went up to like $1,100. And then it went up again, but they are gentrifying her area. So they want to get these, I guess they're trying to get certain people out. And plus, this woman was an activist in her community. So one time they had news conference about gentrifying. I don't know what it was, but this lady, she went and protested on their live news conference, holding up signs talking about how they're making affordable housing unaffordable for them, blah blah blah. So now they're going to raise her rent up to like $1,600 and something dollars, in which she won't be able to afford it because she's only making like $16 an hour or something like that. So anyway, I just said all of that to say, like, don't look down on people. If you're not on housing, if you don't receive housing assistance, if you're not on Section 8 or whatever it is that they call it, because you think, oh, I don't have low income, I don't pay, I don't live in low income properties, or I don't get rental assistance, I'm not on Section 8. Somebody in your building probably is. Do you realize that if you're in an apartment building, like, yeah, somebody in that same building may be getting rental assistance. And just because they are getting rental assistance or Section 8 or housing, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean that they're paying $10 for rent. It doesn't mean that they're living rent free. Some of these people are paying $800 based off of their income. Some of them are paying $1,200 based on their income. So just don't look down on people because you think, oh, because I just didn't get why she was like, oh, I got it. I'm in good housing. Like, me and my kids, we good over here. We got lights. Like, I'm not on Section 8. What does Section 8 have to do with Milton, the hurricane? Like, seriously, that's just pure ignorance, if you ask me. And no, I am not on Section 8, but I'll take it. And I wouldn't have no shame about it. Actually, I have a single family house that I am in, and I got it through Habitat for Humanity. And no, it's not how government assisted, it's not housing, it's not none of that, but I got 0% interest because I helped them to build the house, and it's a not-for-profit organization. Look into it. I always tell people about it because you can have a house if you want to. It's not a mansion. It's not this big, huge masterpiece, but it can be yours. It can be at 0% interest. It could, and you can make it your masterpiece. I'm just saying. But anyway, I hope everybody that has endured these recent hurricanes, Helene, Milton, there's another one coming up the pipeline, I think I heard, and any of them, like, I wish you peace and blessings, and I hope you all are okay.